even in really, really progressive societies, I still feel like I have to hide my sexuality from people, which is really weird feeling because it's ridiculous. I shouldn't have to hide it. I should be open, but I still feel obliged to hide it because you just don't know what people are going to do, particularly with strangers. And in the instances I'm talking about here, it's when I take, when I'm in like taxis or Ubers, I've had some really, really hard experiences when I'm talking to the driver. Not that I talk to the driver that much, to be honest, but if it does happen to strike up a conversation and they throw in this, oh, have you got a girlfriend? Particularly if they're a little bit in the, older, sort of middle-aged, older generation, you don't really know whether or not you can say something, and if you do, are they going to kick you out of the cab? Are they going to, are they going to do something really harsh or take you to the wrong place or charge you extra money? It's just really, really, it's an odd experience. And I've had two experiences around this. The first one was quite recently when I came back from Shanghai and I got a taxi from the airport. The conversation struck up and we were talking about travel for a bit, and then this guy just started asking me about, oh, did you go and, find a hooker or get massages and all this sort of stuff from women? And I was like, oh, no. And then they asked, oh, have you got a girlfriend? I go, no, I don't have a girlfriend. It's like, to me, like, someone says that to me, it's so fucking obvious who they are. But to them, it's just nothing. They've got no clue. But I kept trying to change the topic and kept trying to be like, oh yeah, no, but China's great. Have you been to China? Have you been to Asia and all this sort of stuff? And I don't really know how to act in those situations. And I remember ages ago, I once said that in an Uber, that he's, similar sort of thing. He started talking about women and he was a little bit younger. So I felt that I could be a bit more open. And I said, oh no, I don't have a girlfriend, but I've got 3 ex-boyfriends. And he just went, oh, okay. And then it was just silent the rest of the trip, and I was just like, oh my God. And on the flip side though, I've had a really positive experience in a cab with this sort of situation. And this is a few years ago now, I was coming out of a gay bar in Melbourne, and I got into the taxi and it was, they have this thing in Melbourne where between like 10 PM and 4 AM you have to prepay the cab. And I was like, went to give it to him, he goes, wait, are you gay? And right at that moment, I'm like, oh my God, what do I say? I mean, is this like a test, or is he going to kick me out, or what? And considering that he just picked me up from a gay club, I thought, oh, I'll just say it. And I said, yeah. And he goes, oh, you don't have to pay me. Don't worry. No worries, man. I love gay people. And I'm just like, holy shit. I was not expecting that. And he goes on this massive rant about, oh, I love taking gay people with fucking straight clubs. They're so fucking annoying. They come in my cab, they abuse me, they ruin it, they tell me I'm going the wrong way, they claim that I'm charging too much and da-da-da. And I was just like, holy shit, this is like the best cab driver I've ever had. And I mean, like, obviously I still paid him. It was the prepaid thing. I didn't have to, he said, oh, don't worry about it. But we had this journey and he was like, oh, did you have a good night? Yeah, you've got a boyfriend in there? Did you get some sex in there? And I'm just like, Jesus. It's like, no, just had some fun with my friends and that's it. And I was telling the truth. I didn't, start rooting people in a gay club. But it was such a bizarre experience. And that, that's something on the other end there. And yes, I was trying to do a bit of an accent there. And as I was doing it, I thought, maybe this is racist, I shouldn't do this. But, that was an instance where I just thought, God, this could go either way. So hence I now want to pitch the question to you guys. Have you ever had an experience where you have to sort of hide your sexuality in, whether it's a taxi or that sort of thing? And 2, do you think that companies like the taxi companies or a company like Uber need to put in their policy somewhere? It might already be in their policy, but really enforce to their drivers to understand, don't presume that because they're male, they're interested in women. Don't presume because they're female, they're interested in men. Don't make any presumptions around their sexuality. Use words like partner. Don't say, boy or girl. It's sort of, I find it's, how do you enforce something like that though? Like, it's an interesting topic, and I'm not blaming any of these companies for what they're doing. Like, I love Uber, and cabs are obviously an essential service. People are different, and I completely get that. But I want to know if you guys have had similar experiences, what you did in those experiences, and hopefully there was no sort of violence that resulted or discrimination that resulted from that. I certainly haven't been discriminated against, but thought it was an interesting topic to bring up. Again, I can't judge the sunlight. It's just like Melbourne winter, or just Melbourne in general. It's like, oh, it's meant to be sunny. No, fuck you, there's clouds. Oh, fuck you, there's sun again. Haha. Oh, let's go a bit darker there. Better. Anyway, I know that there's much bigger issues going on in the world around homosexuality. This is such a tiny, tiny thing in the grand scale of things, but it's an interesting topic to talk about still. And I've gone dark again, maybe. So let me know your thoughts. I really want to have a discussion with you guys about this. What have your experiences been? Hopefully no one's been discriminated against, but even if you have, how did you deal with that? Because there might be someone else watching who may come across a similar situation. But yeah, hope you're all well, and I'll speak to you soon. I'll see you soon. Remember, I'm still traveling.